Hello. How is everyone doing? It is important to make sure that each of us are okay. I know life gets tough, life gets challenging, but we got to keep pressing forward. And we have to make sure that we're focusing on ourselves. We have to say yes to yourselves. I am super excited about my book, 30 Days to Yes to Me, the power of no, the power of KNOW, where you have to be kind to yourselves, you have to nurture yourselves, you have to be very optimistic on your life and know that you are worthy. Oftentimes in life, you can be pulled in so many different directions. You have so many things to do. It's very easy for you to focus on everything and everybody else. But I want to give you that power back. I want you to know that it is okay to choose yourself. And if you don't choose yourself, just like if you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to choose you and love you? So it is okay to say no, when you actually know KNOW. Once you know KNOW, the power of KNOW. So I really have been struggling in my life, oftentimes being a single mom, being in corporate America, and feeling like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. And that if I want to spend some time with myself, I felt guilty at times. And as I began to get older, and I realized it's okay for me to put myself first, it's okay for me to prioritize myself, it's okay for me to choose me. So I wrote this book because I really wanted to inspire others that may be challenged with some of the same challenges that I've been challenged with in my life. I wanted us to know that in this life, we need to love ourselves. We need to make sure that if we need to go through a transformative journey to get there, that we need to do whatever it takes. And your journey might be different than my journey, or the things that you need to do might be totally different. But whatever it is, I want you to embrace yourself. And I want us to know that there's so much power in our words. There is so much power in our words. And we need to be comfortable with affirming ourselves. Affirm ourselves daily. Stand in front of that mirror and say, you got this. And guess what? We got this. And in my book, I do have a chapter on some affirmations, just as examples, but you create your own, whatever resonates within you, whatever resonates in your spirit. Those should be things that you do to affirm yourself. But here are some very simple ones. And look at yourself in the mirror and say these every day. I am somebody. I can do it. I am enough. I am deserving. I can have it. I can do it. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am a conqueror. I am worthy of love and acceptance just as I am. I deserve happiness and fulfillment in my life. I embrace my uniqueness and celebrate my authentic self. I am enough exactly as I am at this moment. As a little girl, I was very shy. I was so skinny, and if you looked at me really hard, I would cry. And so, because I was so shy, I typically focused a lot of time with my books. And I really loved school. I loved learning. I loved asking questions. And I even played what I would call teacher, and I had like an imaginary classroom. I just began to like immerse myself in knowledge because I was afraid of people. And it's unbelievable because I began to get out of that shy mode, over time after other people told me that you can do this. And once I took those steps and I saw that I could do this, it just gave me more and more confidence. And early on, I think I was so shy because I was so skinny. And then I also had like these overall, complexes that I felt like I was different. And people always told me I was different. And I didn't embrace my uniqueness. And later, as I began to understand it's okay to be me, it's okay that I'm not like the next person. And I don't have to justify why I am a certain way or why I like certain things. It's okay. It's okay. You definitely need to be true and authentic to yourself. Something I would like to read from my book. It says, the most extraordinary day of your life is the one when you decide that your life belongs to you. It is the day free from apologies or justifications, where you stop relying on others and release the need to assign blame. The gift of life is solely yours, and it embarks on an incredible journey that you alone are responsible for maintaining its quality. This is the day when your life authentically begins. So you are responsible. You are accountable for your life. And you should dream big and you can have whatever you want in this life. Remember, there's power in the words. There's power in your words. And it's okay to be your authentic self. Don't go trying to be somebody else. Now, we all have role models, that there's things that we learn from those people that can really help us in our life, but still take that in and make it your own. Do what you see in the way that makes sense for you to still be authentic, because it's hard trying to be somebody else. And we really know ourselves, and we just need to, be ourselves and be comfortable with that. Because here's another quote in my book. It says, true self-love begins with a profound self-awareness. Let me read that again. True self-love begins with a profound self-awareness. So this is basically saying that in order for you to truly love yourself, you need to be aware of who you are. And I often say that you have to know yourself. Know yourself. And once you know yourself, just be yourself. And it just makes life so much easier to be yourself. Now, in this life, you need to make sure you're spending time with yourself, for yourself, so that you can be enough to deposit into other people. Because if you have not deposited enough to yourself, into yourself, you won't have enough room to do things for others as well. And we know in this life that we have to surround ourselves, because no one gets anywhere alone. And I do believe that we're better together, and that I might be able to go further by myself, but I can go, or no, I may be able to go faster by myself, excuse me, but I can definitely go further, with others. So in order for us to contribute to others, we have to make sure that we've deposited into ourselves. And me being a single mom and, trying to move up the corporate ladder, oftentimes I felt guilty. My son was really busy in sports and, trying to, keep up with all of his activities, and also keep up with the things that I had to do to provide for the family by, making a good, income, that sometimes when I just wanted to go to the spa to treat myself, that I felt guilty if I had to ask someone to help me do something. And it's okay. We all need help, and we all need to be okay with asking for help. We also need to understand when we just can't do something, we just have to say, I can't do it, or no. And it's okay. And that if someone looks down on you for that, that's on them and not on you. So we just have to make sure in this life, because life is really, really short, that we have to make sure we're co creating the best possible life. Whatever you want, you can definitely have. I had a quote growing up that I really loved, and it was called, or it was stated, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll be among the stars. So we need to dream bigger. We need to think bigger, and then know that if our mind can believe it, we can really achieve it. And so I wanted to do this book just hoping that anybody who read this book will find at least one thing in this book that inspired them or resonate with them. And on this, journey of life, oftentimes we're so busy. And again, I want us to take our life back. And initially, I had a lot more pages in this book. And then as I began to think about how busy life is, I wanted to give people something that was really short and simple yet impactful. And I wanted it to be something that could be applicable to anybody, no matter what stage of life they're in, no matter where they are in this world. And I also wanted it to be something that was actionable. I didn't want to just, kind of talk about we need to love ourselves and the importance of self love, and that we need to know the power of no, and it's okay to say no, no as well. I wanted to also kind of give some things, a journey, a guide of things that you can do to embark upon this if you have this as an issue, because I want to make sure that we're working together to have and share ideas of how we can kind of transform and get better in life. And so, in this book, there is a guide of things that you can consider to do. There may be other ideas that you have. And so I would love to hear those. But as you begin to put things into practice, and the more you do it, it becomes a habit, that I do think that we will live longer. We'll be, happier, because we are now kind of embracing, our true selves. And that helps to de-stress us, because we know that life comes with its challenges and its stressors, and it's going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And so we need to make sure that we are breathing. We need to make sure that we are focusing on ourselves. And I mean our whole selves, not that person that people just see when you go outside, but we need to be focusing on that inside as well, because we need to make sure that we're okay from the inside out and not just on the outside. And so I am really excited to hear some of the stories of how people that are beginning to read this book and get their hands on this book, where they're basically finding things that they can do to make that transformation and to prioritize themselves and to just really redefine their worth, and really know that our best days are yet to come, and that we have to embrace and to make sure that we are saying yes to me, yes to me, yes to me. And as I try to say yes to Anook McIntyre more, I encourage you to say yes to yourself and go on this 30-day transformative journey, with me. Share it with your other family and friends as well. It is amazing, and there's no better time than now to start to make that transformation, make those changes that we need to make in our own lives, because there is so much power in no. KNOW. I'm encouraging us to be more kind to ourselves, spend time to nurture ourselves, be optimistic on our lives, and know that we are worthy. And make sure that you're spending some time to affirm yourself. Let me give you a few more affirmations. I honor my needs and prioritize self care in my daily routine. I release judgment, or I release self judgment, and replace it with compassion and understanding. I am deserving of forgiveness, both from others and myself. I radiate love and positivity, attracting the same into my life. I trust in my abilities and have confidence in my decision making. I am resilient and capable of overcoming challenges with grace. I choose to love and accept myself unconditionally, beyond any flaws or imperfections. I give myself permission to prioritize my well being and make myself a priority. I am worthy of all the love, joy, and abundance that life has to offer. So, yes to yourself. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Anouk McIntyre, and my name, Anouk, Anouk, means favor and grace. And so I know that God has shown me a lot of favor, and I really thank Him for that grace. And I know that in this life, in the challenges and all of the things we have to go through, that if we don't spend more time on making sure that we are saying yes to ourselves, we will not maximize all there is. Remember that quote, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll be among the stars. All righty, signing off to next time. This is Anouk. Take care.